Hi, and welcome back to the Study in a Fees Daily With series. Today's video is all about some things you can do to increase your visa chances while applying for a student visa to the USA. Visa officers look for several things, and one of the first things they look for during a visa interview is whether you have ability to succeed academically or not. Firstly, your performance at home. What you've done in grade 11 and 12 or your bachelor's in India is really important. Secondly, your scores in standardized tests like the SAT, the ACT for undergrads, and the GRE or the GMAT for grads. Strong scores in these tests go a really long way in convincing a visa officer that you have the ability to succeed in an American university. All this information is available to the visa officer. All he needs to do is access SEVIs during your interview. You also need to demonstrate ties in your home country, which means, firstly, your entire immediate family, that means your biological parents and your siblings, should be in your home country. This shows that you have enough ties in your home country to motivate you to return when you've completed your studies. Secondly, businesses and property in the home country are also important in establishing that you have ties here. For grads, if you can show professional ties, namely a company that has committed to hiring you after you complete your studies in the US, that goes a really long way in convincing the visa officer that you have sufficient ties here. Next, means. That is, financial means. The ability to afford all the costs, because legal work options are quite limited in the USA. You must demonstrate that your sponsor can afford to pay for all the related expenses. If you have funding from the university, which goes some way towards paying for your tuition or maybe even your living expenses, that is a great demonstration of means. Also, if you have funds available through your sponsor, funds that are enough for the entire duration of your studies, and if you are able to convince the visa officer during the interview about this, then you stand a much better chance of getting a visa. Lastly, during the interview, you must demonstrate one most important thing, and that is your intent. The visa officer will gauge whether your intentions match your visa category. Remember, this is a non-immigrant visa. If the visa officer for even 1 minute thinks that the sole purpose of applying for a student visa is to settle in the United States, then you will probably not get a visa. You must demonstrate that your intention is to study only and there are no other intentions. To do this, it's a really great idea to get your objectives right. Talk clearly and convincingly about why you chose America, why you chose a particular university, and while doing so, demonstrate that you know the system in America outright. While doing so, demonstrate that you know the higher education system in America in great detail. Your communication skills are really important because there is no way you can get a student visa without having appeared for an interview. Applicants with better English and better communication skills have a clear edge here. You should also be very persuasive. Often visa officers test your powers of persuasiveness by asking questions like, how can you convince me that you will return to India after your studies are complete? Or questions like, how can you convince me you'll be a good student in an American university? So, communication skills are indeed very important. You should also have a clean immigration record. Prior applications where you were refused a visa, or maybe even visa violations in the past, will basically be treated as a red flag. Also, the immigration record of your immediate family. If you have a sibling who is in the United States who has violated any of the conditions of the visa, your chances go down significantly. Lastly, and most importantly, if you really want to improve your chances of getting a student visa, get the best guidance available. Your counselor should help you choose a university that is an exact match with your profile. You should be very, very clear about your objectives with education in that particular university. If you have funding from the university, that makes a very, very convincing case. Only the best counselors can get you things like big tuition waivers or assistantships. Lastly, applying for a student visa is a very complicated process. Filling in DS-160, which is a very complicated form, goes a long way towards proving that you are a deserving student. So, choose wisely when you choose counselors. Thanks for watching this video. If you would like to know more about studying in the USA, at any level or in any subject, feel free to contact Study Unifees. Best way to contact is just log on to studyunifees.io. Till then, all the best and take care.